Hello friends, welcome back to the video series on Command Line Interface CLI on Linux. Today in this video, we would discuss how the ls command works on Linux. Now what the ls command does? ls lists the contents of the files and folders in a particular directory. Now, when the flags or the options are used with the ls command, we can get the output in a different manner. Let us start with the terminal. Now, what is the syntax of the ls? ls and then some flags. That means as the second argument, and then the name of the directory whose content we want to get as the output. At first, we are writing the command that is pwd, that means in which current directory we are present now. So, we are in the /home/sumandash, that means we are in the home directory of the user Sumandash. So, simply write the ls and press the enter. That is the files and folders present in the present working directory, that is the home directory of user Sumandash. Let us check that is also with the file manager, that is according to the graphical user interface. So, that is the home directory of the user Sumandash, and these are the folders or the directories present in the directory. So, the directories are here displayed using the blue color, and there is a file that is .flb with the extension, and that is in the pink color output. Suppose we want to view the content of any other directory. Suppose we want to get the content of the downloads folder or the downloads directory. So, what command we should use? Now, ls, then write down the name of the directory here, that is ls downloads. Then we can get the files and folders present in the downloads directory. Same as suppose we want to get the output from the documents folder. So, ls, then the name of the folder, that is the documents. So, those are the files and directories present in the documents folder. Let's check, is that right or wrong? Yes, there is no file present, but there are 9 directories present, and those are given here. Suppose we want to get files and folders present in the desktop folder. So, write down ls and then the desktop. So, here we can find the green colored are the files and the blue colors are the directories. Let's check. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 files and 5 directories. Now, suppose we want to get the output of the root directory. So, with that ls, we have to give the /. That means ls blank and then the / give or lists the contents of the root directory. Let's press enter. So, those are present in the root directory. We may check it also here. Those are the files and folders present in the root directory. As we know here that 2 files are there, and those are here as an output in the green color. Now, if we want to get the output of the home directory directly, we can use the command that is ls. So, without any option we can get the output of the home directory of the present user as ls. Otherwise, we can use ls and then the tilde sign. That is also giving the same output. That means when from any directory, if we type ls and then space and then the tilde, we can get the output of the home directory of the present user. Or we can also use the real path to get the output of the home directory. That means ls and then slash home and slash the name of the user, that is Suman Das. So in the three cases, that is ls without any flags or options, ls then the tilde and ls with the real path, we are getting the same output of the home directory of the present user. Here the user is the Suman Das. Now the terminal is looking very clumsy. So we may use another one command, that is CLEAR, clear. Now when we press enter with the clear command, one problem is there. Whatever the commands we have used here and whatever the output was on the terminal, we cannot get back here. So instead of using the clear command, we can also use another one keyboard shortcut, that is Ctrl plus L, where we can scroll down the terminal. That means we can get the previous commands we have used and also whatever the output was on the terminal in the case of Ctrl plus L. Let's check it when once again the terminal looks very clumsy. Now suppose we want to list the contents of the files and folders from the previous folder. Previous folder means the parent folder. Now as we know, that is pwd, we are here in the home directory of the user Suman Das. So the parent directory is now the home. So if we want to get the output of the ls command for the parent directory, just type ls then a space or blank then double dot. Press enter. As usually one folder is there, and that is why suppose we are in the root and now we are in the home directory. So home directory is containing only one directory, that is the Suman Das. That's why we have the output as only of the home directory. Now suppose we want to get the output of the parent's parent directory. That means to back. So ls then dot dot front slash and again dot dot. Now that means we can now get the output from the root directory. Whatever the files and folders are present in the root directory, we can get the content of that particular root directory. Press enter, and that one is the same as when we are getting the output of the root directory. Now suppose we are using the keyboard shortcut, that is Ctrl plus L. Now what happens? If we want to get back the previous command and output, we can scroll down the terminal. So at that moment, without using clear, we may use the Ctrl plus L for the better working with the terminal. Now let us navigate to a different folder, and we know to navigate to a different folder we can use the command, that is cd or change directory. And suppose we are navigating to the folder, that is the desktop, and if we want to get the contents of the desktop directory, ls, and we are getting the output of the desktop directory. Now if we want to list the contents, that means list the files and folders in a long format, we must use the flag. That one is the -L. That -L is for the long format. Let's press enter. What happens? That means whatever the files and folders in the desktop directory has, that is given here. The files are given as the output in the green color and the folders are in the blue color. But let's check that one. The very first one character, that means the minus sign or the hyphen sign, it is representing that minus means it is a file. And the first character D, it represents that one is a directory or a folder. Now, the next three characters after the hyphen or the D represents the permissions or the rights assigned to the owner of the file or the folder. That means that R means it is for read permission, W means it is for the write permission, and X means it has the execute permission. Now here suppose the very first one, allies.txt, that file owner has the permission write and read, no execute permission. The second three characters representing the permissions or the rights for the others user in the same group where the owner of the file or folder resides. So same as for the other users in the group, the allies.txt has the read permission and the write permission but no execute permission. And the last three characters represents the permissions and the rights for the users which are outside of the group. So alice.txt, that file has only the write permission for the users which are outside of the group of the owner of the alice.txt file. Same as suppose that folder new. Now that new folder means its starting character is given here, that is D. So that owner of the new folder has the permission or rights for read, write and execute. Next three characters, that is R-X, that means the new folder has the permissions or the rights, the read and execution. Same as for the new folder, for the users outside the group has only the read permission and the execute permission but no write permission. So that is the way we can give out the output as in the long format. Now suppose we want to get the output of the hidden files and folders for any particular directory. So what command we should use? Obviously that is ls, but the flag would be -a. Let's check ls -a. Here no hidden files or folders are present. Let's check with the home directory. In the home directory, let us check the preferences for the graphical user interface file manager. Now here show hidden files. And when we are checking the show hidden files, we can check there are so many folders and files present. Now which are hidden? The hidden files and folders has a dot at the start of the name. Suppose that .java, that means it is a hidden folder. Suppose .bash_history file, that is a hidden file. So we are navigating at that moment, suppose to the home directory. So we are now at the moment in the home directory, and now we want to get the hidden files and folders also. So ls then minus a. Press enter and now we can see the hidden files and folders are also given as an output. If we write down only ls and press enter, the hidden files and folders are not represented. If we want to get the output as in the long format and also for the hidden files and folders, we may use both flag at once. That means ls minus al. So press enter and here we are getting all the files and folders including the hidden files and folders in the home directory also in the long format. Now suppose if we want to get the output in the shorted form, so what flag should we use? At first Ctrl plus L and then ls and minus capital S. That capital S is for the sorting. So press enter and we should get the sorting of the files and folders are here. But it would be better if we also get the output in the sorted form and also in the long form. So ls minus S and then L. So that is the way where the output we are getting as in the short form or sorted form and also in the long form. Now the sorting is according to the size and also in the descending order. So yet now when we want to get the output as in the long format, we must use the minus L. Then in the sorted form, that is capital S, and also if we want to get the output of the hidden files and folders, so we may use the A. So press enter and we are getting the output as in the sorted form, in the long form, and also the hidden files and folders are represented here. Press Ctrl plus L once again. Now suppose we want to get the output of some particular files. Let at first navigate to a different folder, that is CD, then we are navigating to desktop folder and then we are navigating to another folder, that is test. So at first we are getting whatever be the files and folders present here. 8 files are present here. So we may proceed to the desktop directory and then the text directory to check is that right or wrong. Now suppose we want to get the output of some particular file, that means with some particular extension. Suppose, so what we can use? We can use the wild character. That means ls then using the star or the asterisk dot html. So whatever be the file extension .html has, the listings would be only for those files. So press enter and here we are getting only the .html file is here, that is apple.html. So suppose at that moment not the HTML, the output for the files which has the extension, that is .txt. At that moment in place of HTML I am writing that is .txt. So those are the files present in the current directory, that is the test, which have the extension .txt. Now suppose we want to get the files which has some character starting with. Suppose the characters which are starting with a vowel. So how we can get this? So we can get this in that way: ls, then the third bracket, then a, e, I, o, u. Always remember, whatever written in that between the third bracket, that is representing only one character. That means the starting character would be a vowel only, and then the asterisk or the star, then dot star. That means whatever be the file extension is, when it is starting with the character as a vowel, that would be listed here. Press enter and we have A, E and I. So what would be the way when we don't want the starting character won't be a vowel? So in the same way, that is ls using the third bracket and that not, then A, E, I, O, U and star dot star. Press enter. So at that moment, the files which are not starting with a vowel has been listed here. Now once again, I am checking what the cell the terminal is running. So PS minus P and then $, and it is running the cell that is bash. Let us start the default GNOME terminal, and GNOME terminal is running on the ZSH cell. The same command I am using here. So at that moment cd, then the desktop and then cd to the test folder. ls, the same listings, and now I am trying to get the listings of the files which are starting with a character vowel A, E, I, O, U, then star dot star. So the output is the same or whatever we are desiring, but if we write that not and press enter, event not found, that means there is a bug in the ZSH cell. Let's recall the previous terminal. Let us navigate to the desktop folder once again. So that is the desktop folder. Now if we type ls only, all the files and folders are represented here. But if we want to list only the directories present in the desktop folder, just write down ls minus d, then the star and the front slash. Press enter and you would find only the directories has been listed here. Same as if we write down ls and star dot star. So that means only the files are listed here, not the directories. To get the directories and files at once, just press ls. So here all the directories along with the files are listed, but only for the directories ls minus d asterisk and then the front slash, and only for the files ls star dot star or asterisk dot asterisk. Now if we want to get the output as the directory structure, what should be the command or what should be the flag? That is ls and minus capital R. Press enter, and that one is the directory structure present in the desktop folder. That means at first all the files and folders have been listed, then the new folder, it contains those files and folders, then under the new there is a folder that is Suman 2 and it has no files and folders, Suman 3 has no files and folders, Suman 4 has no files and folders, but Suman 5 has the folder that is new 5. Let's check it with the file manager present here. So the first one new, and under the new it has Suman 2, Suman 3, Suman 4 and Suman 5. Same as under the Suman 5, there is another folder that is new 5. Now new one folder, that one. So new one folder, here has a directory that is Sumon1, and there is nothing under Sumon1 directory. Then new book 1, that directory has nothing in it, and then the cell folder, and cell folder has 3 files, those are listed here. And finally the test folder, that already we have worked with the test folder, and here those files are present. So in that way we can use the ls command with their very common flags. Now if we want to get more flags with the ls command, we can use the man, that is for the manual. Then the ls, we can get whatever be the others flags or options present with the ls command. Press enter, and that is the manual for the ls command. That means whatever be the flags or options present in the ls command. To get out of that man or the manual of ls, just press the Q. In the next video, we would discuss more on the cd command, that is the change directory command. If you find the video is useful, you can like, comment and subscribe. Thank you.